What's up, guys? So today I want to talk to you about double kettlebell swings, but the way we do double kettlebell swings is a little different than the way you've probably seen double kettlebell swings before. Now, typically when people do double kettlebell swings, they're just holding two different kettlebells, which is cool if you're trying to go for a heavier weight and you don't actually have access to the heavier bells. Like, good example, we have the 124 and the 144 pound kettlebells, so we could do a heavy single kettlebell swing, but if you don't have access to those kind of weights, you might have to find yourself grabbing like 260 pound kettlebells or maybe 270 pound kettlebells to recreate that weight. Now, here's the reason why we stopped doing regular kettlebell swings and why we switched almost all of our clients to this one. All right, so pretty much the past 18 months with COVID, I think everybody's realized that like all of our postures are shit, right? So one of the things that happens with a regular kettlebell swing, when you grab your bell, right, especially if you're like me, I have a wider frame, right? So it's harder for me to hold a kettlebell and not round my shoulders or my back. So there's a certain degree of upper back strength you need to stabilize your shoulders and not get pulled down to this motion where you're gonna throw your back out or twing your hip. So what we've been noticing ever since the lockdown started, you know, everybody's been more sedentary, everybody's been on Zoom calls and in front of their computer, and, you know, not that we weren't on our computers beforehand, but like, we would be at our desk, at our cubicle with our high screen and everything else, you had better posture. But now, especially for you mom and dads at home, you can probably relate to this. Like, we're sitting on the couch, or like you're sitting on the kitchen cabinet in the kitchen, or, you know, you're hiding somewhere in the house because your kids are fucking driving you crazy. And we're in these shitty positions now for the past 18 months with very little physical activity. So we've actually had to change a ton of the exercises we've done with people, because what we started noticing is that people's body positioning is way different than it was 2 years ago, and people are getting more injured with some of the more basic exercises we've done for the past 5 or 10 years, particularly with bench pressing and kettlebell swings, all right? Kettlebell swings, deadlift, any kind of motion like that. So what we've been noticing now is that when you go to grab your kettlebell, whether it's a two-handed swing, a one-handed swing, most people when they do their kettlebell swings, they got this really horrible posture where they're rounding out at the back. One, because they don't have the strength to keep themselves upright anymore, but secondly, because like, especially if you're like me, or I'm just not even gonna candy coat it. If you guys don't like it, you can just unfollow me. But those of you guys who have a little more weight around your midsection and you can't get around your belly, it's gonna be harder to not round your back out. And it's a very uncomfortable exercise, all right? So now, and then if you go to do two kettlebells, right? Now you're taking two of these bells and you're taking such this wide stance where your back's gonna round out, but more importantly, your back's rounded and you're getting all this tension in the hip flexor, so you're not really using your glutes. So it's just, it's potentially bad body positioning with an exercise, added on top of the fact that our bodies just aren't built the way they used to be built anymore. So what was the answer to that? Because it's a phenomenal exercise. We started doing double kettlebell outside swings. Now, I'm sure at some point I'll come up with a more fancy name for it than that, but that's what I got for you right now. So what we're gonna do, actually, Susie, let's go over here. So I like to use stuff to make sure I'm in the same distance, right? So we work out of a baseball facility during the daytime. So I like to use a baseball diamond. So you should be no wider than the baseball diamond. Why? Because you want to keep your feet a little bit apart, but you don't want them so wide where you smack yourself with the bells. And all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up and down, hip hinging, right? Now, if you notice, my arms are to the outside of my body. It's a lot easier to keep my chest up, to keep my eyes up, get a side view, and like not have my back round out. Now Susie's trying to fucking kill me right now. She's gonna make me do a million reps before she gets over there. But you can see how even as I'm going, my hips are going out behind me, right? My back is straight, and I'm pulling the bell forward. And the biggest thing is I'm not getting pulled down. I want you to watch some people when you do kettlebell swings at the gym, or if you get a chance, record yourself. When you do kettlebell swings, everybody lets the bell pull them down towards the ground, and you're not hinging from the hips, driving the hips backwards, where that's the motion you're trying to recreate. However, with the double kettlebell swing, keep my feet about this distance apart, or if you're at the gym, get a 10-pound plate or a 25-pound plate, put it between your feet, because you want to keep a narrow stance, not so narrow where they're together, but not so wide that you're tying your heart in yourself. Some of you guys are too young to get that joke. Ask your parents, they'll tell you. But all I'm doing, keep my chest up, keep my shoulder blades back. I'm letting the weight get from behind my hips, and then I'm gonna slingshot my hips forward, almost like I was gonna jump up off the ground. And that's a double outside kettlebell swing. I'm gonna do a couple more right now. As Susie's gonna watch around, what I want you to do is I want you to look at my shoulders. Look how when I'm coming down, my back doesn't bend, my eyes stay up, my chest stays out. Girls, one of the best cues, I have a lot of weird cues. One of the best cues we came up with is that little like space in your bra wire between the cups. You want to try to pull your shoulders back, so you're trying to snap that little band that would be right there. So it forces you to keep your shoulders back. It's forced you to drive your hips out. I'm not bending down. I'm driving my hips from back to front as I go. So I'm gonna do a set of like 20 to 25. She's gonna walk around, watch my knees, watch my hips, watch my back, look at the body positioning, and then what I want you to do is, it's not gonna be as strenuous as a regular kettlebell swing, but what you'll notice is you're gonna get a ton more of a burn in your backside, all right? So let's check this one out. I got my 2 bells. These are 30-pound bells. Why? Because I'm a little girl, I feel like cheating right now. Ready? And I'm gonna go. Look at my knee positioning. They're not going too wide. They're not buckling in. I'm driving through the ground like I was getting ready to jump. She is walking way too slow. Payback's gonna be a bitch. I'm driving through my hips. It's all glutes. Good. Now, I got a shitty lower back. You guys have been following me for a while and know that. This is a phenomenal exercise because I feel zero tension in my lower back because it's all glute activation and I'm not bending my spine. That is a double kettlebell swing from the outside. You can do them with dumbbells. You want to make sure you just don't crack yourself in the leg. Indian clubs, for those of you guys who know what they are, work fucking awesome for these. Or if you needed to, you could do like 10-pound plates. So want to make sure you keep them out in front of you, but it's a phenomenal exercise to teach you the hip hinge. If you're having trouble with your kettlebell swings and you're having trouble with your deadlifts, definitely give this one a shot and try it out. If you have any questions or you're just not getting it, do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section below. And like always, either myself or one of my coaches will get back to you guys, kind of help you out with whatever you're stuck with and give you some more tips and advice. But those are double outside kettlebell swings. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one.